Hi, I'm Gareth Spence and welcome to Tech Talk. In today's episode, we're talking about how AI is changing optics. To help me learn more, I'm joined by author and analyst Roy Rubenstein. Roy, you follow this topic closely. When we talk about AI and optics, what specifically are we referring to?
There's two places to look. The first is inside the data center, and practically all the companies here, this is the space they're very interested in. All about how to build very large AI clusters and the role of optics. But there's also the role of optics in traditional networking in terms of linking data centers, and especially when users of data centers may have to have smaller sites, because the very biggest data centers, there's only a certain number of places you can place them. So there's starting to be talk about this idea of spreading AI workloads across more than one smaller location, data center, and then how can you distribute the computation amongst more than one data center, and that's new. So for networking inside the data center, but also interconnecting data centers, and perhaps in a more complex way than's been done before.
How much of a difference will AI make to the performance of optical networks?
Well, that's yet another topic, but AI can play a role in several places. But for example, with the service providers, what they're very interested in is how can they use AI to make their networks more efficient. So whether it's automating their networks, whether it's detecting or predicting faults, predicting traffic, so they can save money operationally and be smarter and more efficient in how they run the network. So this is not networking to benefit AI, it's AI how it can benefit the operators and the service providers.
You mentioned efficiency there, but what about sustainability? How is AI going to impact that?
Well, it can be a positive and a negative. The negative is just how much power is required for AI. So that's the negative. But again, the positive is running networks perhaps more efficiently or being smarter with the resources you have. So there's a balance here, but there's no doubt about it that AI is going to require more and more power because the size of these computing clusters are getting bigger. And so the industry as a whole has to be more efficient in how they design, whether it's pluggable transceivers or how they architect the networks that run these big AI clusters. The very nature of the chips themselves, that's not the industry here, this is the optical industry, but the chips themselves have to become more efficient, and then how they're interconnected. So you can see AI is a huge opportunity. It's a tool that can benefit operators, but it also creates its own problems that drives the industry, whether it's bandwidth or just trying to reduce the amount of power consumed to do the networking.
And in regards to AI, how quickly is the optical industry moving?
The optical industry is having to move really quickly because the AI industry is almost unprecedented in how fast it's growing. So the hyperscalers have very specific demands. These are very fast demands. So maybe if you came to ECOC a year or two ago, 800 gig would be really the huge opportunity. Now people are already talking about 1.6 terabit pluggables. And this is expected to be a very fast transition. So they're already talking about the 800 gig modules, the window of it closing. So this is an example. The sheer pace of development of these AI chips is causing a huge growth in the amounts of networking and bandwidth needed that's pushing all these companies, whether they're making lasers, pluggables, the optical interfaces, the DSPs that goes into these modules, it's driving everything, and it's hugely exciting and an opportunity for them, but it's pushing them. So AI is pushing the whole industry, but this is welcome. This is a positive.
Roy, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.